Ni hao, and welcome back to Jade Empire. Let's see, so we've got two more things we can attach gems to. Let's see, what do we get? Greatly increased chance of health power pickups, body -5, mind -5, mind -1. Those are getting sold. Mind 2, not bad. Mind 2, lesser chance of focus power-ups, but why not just use a, regular gem? Body 1, kind of persuasion. So reorder your collection of gems according to their power. Oh, sure, okay. That's actually pretty cool. I have 2 bronze tongues? Dang.
Dead already. Damn it all.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Nothing more than to watch this man die.
Oh, where have you been?
After I left you, I stumbled across some very interesting documents. Perhaps I spent too long poring over them, but I couldn't resist. Let me explain why I'm here. That should clarify things. You saw with your own eyes that these pirates were collecting slaves, right?
Yeah. I also saw you freed some of them.
True enough. I have a particular hatred for slavers.
Ah.
Gao's slaving operation found its way to my home several years ago. I was away at the time, but my daughter was there.
Uh-oh.
Those black-hearted bastards took my daughter, Pin Mei. They killed her for resisting them. She was my only child.
Oh no.
I lost her mother when Pin Mei was born, but my daughter was something precious in return. The slavers offered no such consolation.
That is horrible.
It has been 3 years since I lost my daughter, and I have spent that time tracking down the men who took her. My search led me here, to the lair of Gao the Greater. His men took my daughter, and I meant to even the score. On my way up here, I stumbled across records that show that this goes beyond Gao. The Lotus Assassins are his primary buyers.
Really? I've seen some similar evidence, and he's providing with flyers as well.
Is that so? There can be no doubt then. This goes beyond Gao the Greater. I have my vengeance, but how many others have suffered as I have because of the Lotus Assassins?
Many.
Do you mean to go further with this? I would join you. Only a fool would oppose the Lotus Assassins, but 2 fools working together stand a better chance than 1.
It would be good to have you along, Sky.
It'll be an honor to join you. Oh, and I stumbled across a little something on my way up here. It's probably something you need.
Oh? What is it?
Hey! That's the dust inductor I was hiding. The dragonfly can't fly without it. It was under the floorboards in my workshop last I looked.
Haha.
Well, next time I hide something, I'm packing explosives around it. Yes, explosives shaped like silver bananas. Stops thieves, monkeys, and monkey thieves in one fell swoop. Yeah.
Okay.
In my mind, you stand the best chance of facing down Gao's masters. We also have a far greater chance of succeeding together rather than apart.
I don't know if I trust this man, but we can't afford to turn away potential allies, not with what lies ahead.
Oh, I trust this man.
Your companion's ability to judge character is matched only by her beauty. I may not be the most constant of men, but I am true.
Well, glad to have you aboard, Sky.
I assure you, I will be as devoted and capable as any of your other companions.
I bet.
Ha! If I could harness all that hot air, I could make a furnace to power the whole of the Imperial City. Well, if you're done with all the talking, I have to go make the dragonfly ready for some flying.
Mm-hmm. Oh my. Some chest. A zither case. History of Flight, Volume 3. Several years after Mad Fong's first successful flight, a scholar came from the south, discovered the unusual device known simply as the inscrutable power source. A few years later, scholar Shu Wen came up with a design for a flyer that used this mysterious new device. Initial attempts bordered on apocalyptic, in one case destroying half of a mountainside and the village that lay below. Several scholars tried to outlaw the use of the strange new energy source, but Shu Wen continued his experiments until at last he was successful. Unfortunately, his prototype was too successful. Both he and the flyer took off at great speeds towards the north, and neither were ever seen again. We learn the strength of wood. Which gives us a bonus to our health. Health 2. Literacy, granted by your studies of history of life. Ancient technique that strengthens warrior's body until his skin becomes as tough as wood. While the skin looks unchanged, it's normal and more resilient, or tougher and more resilient than normal. Also, let's level up. Let's see here. I have a mind to just crank a body up to 40 and be done with it. Whew, 21. Yeah, I want people stunned forever. Anything I can afford? Nope. Can't afford that though. And Dire Flame, everything is level 6 or more. Let's see. We the Brave, Final Fire, Hunt for Viper, Iron Palm.
It looks like we have everything we need to get our flyer going again. We have to hurry if we want to rescue Master Li.
Absolutely.
We should head back to our camp at Tian's Landing and use the dragonfly so we can continue on to the Imperial City.
Absolutely.
Hey! Ha ha! Much kicking and such. It really gets the blood flowing. And explosions. Lots of blood flowing from those too.
A few.
I replaced the dust inductor. The marvelous dragonfly will cross the sky at your whim. For a short way. The heavens welcome my machines, but not without considerable cajoling. If you want to fly more than a short distance, I will need an inscrutable power source.
You mean like the one in my backpack? I have an inscrutable power source.
What wonders cling to you, my friend? There were only 2 in this whole region, and I destroyed one so Inquisitor Lim would not make off with my marvelous dragonfly.
I see.
The other was with the Lotus Assassins, but the fools only used it for demolition. Now, here you stand with it. I will put it in the dragonfly, and it will be ready to go.
Yay.
Not the ideal placement. If it shook more, the heavens might think we were afraid and take pity. This is more stable, but not as fun. Okay, she's ready to go. Hop on. I know a nice, safe landing place just outside Tien's Landing. Very unlikely we'll crash.
Good. What about Rue? He's waiting to take me back.
Don't worry about that. When the marvelous dragonfly takes off, the earth shakes and the sky trembles. You can't miss it.
Uh-huh.
Your friend will see us take off, and he'll head back to town on his own.
Really? Okay, let's get out of here.
Ha-ha! Everybody on board! The marvelous dragonfly is about to take flight!
Received Shrieking Fury. You've lost inscrutable power source. The route is plagued with enemy ships. What do you want to do? Oh, we're going to attack. We have ancient chain guns on our power. As you do. Like enemies build with your key. Okay, Radiant Aura, I believe, is a defensive thing. I don't know, the double blast at least allows me to hold down. The triple is nice, of course, but I then have to button mash. Mission complete. I guess the flurry of smoke is supposed to be coming out of this.
This new flyer seems nicer than the one we took from Gal the Lesser. Although, I'm really only judging by how shiny it is. A poor guess, I'm sure.
Oh, maybe.
No, no. The marvelous dragonfly is superior to the amber mosquitoes I foisted on Gao. And actually, the shinier the better. The heavens like their glory reflected.
Uh-huh.
A shame I can't leave it on the ground for all to see, but I'm not going through all this just to have it stripped to the frame by local brats. I'll call it back if we need it.
How do you control it from this distance?
Well, it's much like the dilemma of the centipede. If he relaxes and lets things happen, he can walk naturally all day long, his 100 legs not missing a step.
I see.
But if he thinks too hard about the complexity of what he's doing, those legs might crash into the tea house and kill everyone. A valuable lesson.
Right. Well, I'll speak to you when I'm ready to use your machine, Kang.
Now we have everything we need to follow Master Li's captors to the Imperial City. I am eager to do so after all the resistance we've encountered.
Absolutely. Anything bothering you, Donster?
I'm trying to feel good about what happened at Gao's fortress, the lair of his pirates.
Mm-hmm.
We went looking for our master and perhaps another flyer. What we found, I was not prepared for how cruel people could be.
Oh.
Seeing those people with no control over their fates, it is similar to a pain in my past that I have not thought about for a long time.
Mm-hmm. You don't speak much about your life before the school.
I would not dream of saying my experience is similar to those poor people in Gao's fortress. That lack of control, I know that well.
Mm-hmm.
One of the only things I know about myself is that on the morning I was born, the sky was red, like distant mountains were on fire. Perhaps it was dirge burning, as Zeus said.
It could be.
I believe it was an ill omen, and that stigma is why my abilities became a burden. That's why I must have been left at the school.
Maybe.
To be subject to the whims of someone else just because of what you are, be you slave or outsider. Yes, I know that well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, their slavery seems enforced by bars. Yours seems self-inflicted.
I already said I'm not drawing a direct comparison. I know full well that there is a difference between being shunned and being imprisoned. However, they can take cold comfort in being able to see the bars holding them. No one was pretending they are anything but slaves.
Okay.
When people find out about my abilities, I make them uncomfortable, but no one says it aloud. The walls that keep me out are unseen, but they are there.
Okay. I apologize. I didn't mean you intentionally suffered.
You suggest that the only reason I feel bad is that I allow it. It is not the worst idea I have ever heard, but your approach is very indelicate.
Sometimes.
Perhaps I was expecting sage counsel such as Master Li might give, but he is not here, and we are both discovering what sort of master you will be.
Maybe.
Perhaps we will talk again. You have changed from the child I thought I knew.
Well, goodbye for now.
Be well, my friend.
Something's on your mind?
Oh, yeah. You have a minute to talk?
Of course. I was just thinking about things. Gao richly deserved his death, but I'm not sure I ever really expected it to happen.
Mm-hmm. And, yeah, how long were you searching for him?
3 years. 3 long years of tracing these slavers to their master, only to find that there were more above him.
Mm-hmm.
Consolation lies in finding others who share my goals. I didn't expect to be lucky enough to find a friend in this place.
Well, good luck. How did you track Gao?
Gao's slavers took my daughter, Pin Mei, and I was able to follow them. Fortunately, they didn't cover their tracks. I chased them down, trying to reach her.
Mm-hmm. Too late. I was too late. Pine Mei was spirited, and I'm sure she fought them. I believe they decided she was too much trouble and killed her. 5 years old, and they ran her through. Found her dead by the roadside and stopped my pursuit. By the time I cared to continue my chase, the slavers were long gone. That's terrible. I'm sorry to bring this up.
It's fine. Thank you for your concern, but for the most part, I've come to terms with her death. But why dwell on this? Gao is dead, and perhaps Pin Mei has found some peace. That's what really matters. That and what we still have to accomplish.
Absolutely. Well, things like this are important to dwell upon.
You're right, but we have to pick our time, and now isn't it. We can talk about this later.
Absolutely. What do you know about this area?
I only spent enough time in Tian's Landing to learn the location of Gao the Greater's stronghold.
Okay.
It's a nice enough place, though they're still adjusting to the flooding of the old town some years ago.
Oh, yeah. That's all I need from you.
Always happy to help. My blades are yours to command.
Alright. So we are going to have Sky as our companion for a good deal of this game. Probably the rest of the game. But for now, there's some few quests that we should finish up here in Tien's Landing before we get off and head towards the Imperial City. But that'll be for next time. For when we come back, finishing up Tien's Landing. Have a good one, folks.